Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. My dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we are back with another new lecture on the topic of fiqh. We stopped in the Kitab al-Siyam, the book of fasting. We are in another important topic, and that is to do with i'tikaf. What is i'tikaf? I'tikaf is that when you isolate yourself, when you stay in the mosque for ibadah, for worshipping, whether it's going to be the last 10 days of Ramadan or any other times, which we will come to in a minute. So the i'tikaf is that when you in the mosque and you have the intention in the mosque, you stay in the mosque because of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And sitting in the mosque by itself, it's the ibadah by itself. So Shaykh tells us about i'tikaf. فصل الاعتكاف مستحب, i.e. I'tikaf is something that is recommended in Islam that we should do. وله شرطان, i.e. there are two conditions. النية, i.e. having the intention. You should have the intention why you want to sit in the mosque. You say you have the intention, the niyyah, that you're doing i'tikaf for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you're worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this and by this. وَاللُّبْثُ فِي الْمَسْجِدِ, and also staying in the mosque. It is important for us to know that, dear brothers and sisters, that i'tikaf should be in the mosque, that the 5 prayer given, also the Jum'ah, the Friday prayer. Why? Because then you do not need to go outside because of the Friday prayer. Because it's duty on you to Friday prayer, so this is what you should do, and this is what should be done. That you should do the i'tikaf, staying in the mosque, that 5 prayers given, as well as the Friday prayer, the Jum'ah. So you do not need to go outside. And also, Sheikh didn't speak about this, as well as it should be someone Muslim, so the niyyah is accepted from him, and also he's not ill mentally, as well as he is clean. Before you go to do the i'tikaf, before you start, you should be clean person. You should be clean. You should be smell good, so you do not need to go outside again to have a shower and spend the time outside. No. When from the beginning to the end, you should be all this time you should be in the mosque, and you should not go outside, only for very needed excuses, like you renew the wudu or something like this, you go to the toilet. That's the only reason that you should be going out, no any other reasons. And then the Shaykh says, ولا يخرج المعتكف من الاعتكاف المنظور إلا لحاجة الإنسان أو عذر من حيض أو نفاس أو مرض لا يمكن المقام معه ويبطل بالوطء. Sheikh says in this that if we did a vow, another, that we will do i'tikaf, okay, we will do the i'tikaf. We said it's vow, as a vow, lillahi alayhi. You make a duty on yourself. You make the i'tikaf duty on yourself. When it's i'tikaf, we say it's recommended, it's a sunnah. But when you do the vow and you make it duty on yourself, then Shaykh says in this matter, you are not allowed to go outside by any means. And also, you are not allowed to do any you're not allowed to go outside by any means, only in exception of when you very need it and very important that you must go outside, like you renew your wudu and other things. And also, it will invalid this i'tikaf if you have any relation with your wife. For example, you go and have a relation and come back, or something like so. In that occasion, it will invalid your i'tikaf, and you should start it again from the beginning as you have not done it, because that it will invalid your i'tikaf. So as you did not do it. That's important thing that we should be aware of. Another important thing that I want to speak about in this, and it is important for us, that the Sheikh says al-lubthu fil masjidi, staying in the mosque. Some brothers, they are taxi drivers, or some brothers are working in the companies, or some brothers are in the West countries, that we are not allowed to take long days off because of the work. Maybe they only give you 7 days. Because i'tikaf mainly is in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Why? So you stay in the mosque and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more and more. You doing i'tikaf by itself is ibadah, yes. And with that, you also worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, praying more, you're reading more Quran because you have more time. You're in a mosque, you have nothing to do. You read more Quran and more things. So itself is ibadah, and also you do other ibadats in it, in the i'tikaf. Wal-lubthu is staying in a mosque, like we said. Some people in Arab countries, they cannot stay the 10 days. So what is the occasion? We say there is no i'tikaf for them. This is what is the most brothers, I can say 99% of the brothers and sisters, they understand it that way, that they cannot do i'tikaf because they cannot take 10 days off in the work. No, this is not true. That's the problem with us. We do not know, and we do not want to know, and we do not want to learn. So we're in a big trouble, my dear brothers and sisters. You are allowed to do i'tikaf even not 10 days, my dear brothers and sisters. That's why they say al-lubthu. Ulama say al-lubthu, i.e. staying in a mosque for even a small period time. You are allowed to do it. If a brother has only 1 day off, he can go and do i'tikaf even 1 day. If a brother has the 1 week off, he can do 1 week. It's okay. He will take the intention that from this day to that day, or from this time to that time, he will do in the i'tikaf in the mosque, and that's it. Even some scholars, they say, even if you go in the mosque and you're just standing, and you have the intention to do the i'tikaf, then this is the i'tikaf by itself. This is the i'tikaf by itself. And also, and on top of that, even if you're not fasting, you still can do i'tikaf. You still can do i'tikaf. Even in the normal days, you still can do i'tikaf, even if it's not in Ramadan. But why the ulama, they say i'tikaf more in Ramadan? We spoke about it more in Ramadan because it is more the time that the ibad is more accepted and is more rewarded. That's why you should do it more in that time. And also it's recommended to fast in that time. So that's why ulama, they spoke in the Ramadan, in the fasting book. So we need to know, we need to tell the brothers and sisters, and that is, you can do i'tikaf even 1 day, even 1 hour. You have 1 hour to do i'tikaf, you can do i'tikaf. Even, this is another important thing. So the first thing is that you can do i'tikaf 1 day, 2 days, 1 week. It does not have to be 1 month. The second thing, you can do i'tikaf even outside Ramadan, even that inside Ramadan. You can do i'tikaf while you're fasting and while you're not fasting. And also, you can do i'tikaf while you are in the daytime or the nighttime. The daytime or the nighttime. In all of those occasions, you are allowed to do i'tikaf, even the day, night, even daytime or nighttime. All of the occasion, all of the times, you are allowed to do i'tikaf. And it is not as the brothers, they think that you must do it in the last 10-day Ramadan. You must do it while you're fasting. You must be that full 10 days. If it's not full 10 days, the i'tikaf is not accepted. No, what you're saying is not accepted. What you're telling people is not accepted. But if a person that has only 3 days off, if he has only Saturday and Sunday off, then he's doing the i'tikaf. It's okay, leave him alone. Islam is easy, my dear brothers and sisters. Islam is easy, but we're making it difficult. So even in a daytime or a nighttime, you're still allowed to do the i'tikaf. You're still allowed to do i'tikaf. That's why ulama they say وَاللُّبْثُ. They didn't say 10 days. They didn't say 10 أيام وَلَيَالِهِنَّ. They didn't say 10 days and night. They didn't say full 10 days مع صوم, with the صوم, with the fasting. They didn't say that. And they didn't mean it. And they didn't want the people to understand that. But when we did not want to learn, and when we make things difficult on ourselves, that is the trouble, and that is the problem. So that's why, my dear brothers and sisters, be aware that you are allowed to do i'tikaf, like we said, whenever we want, and however we want, and it's not 10 days that we must do. So even the brothers that they're working as a taxi driver, he has 1 hour off in a day, he wants to do i'tikaf. In that 1 hour, he has the intention, he says, I will do i'tikaf in this 1 hour. He's allowed to do it, and it's okay, and there's no problem with that. And even one night, even 1 day, even 2 days, is all of that is permissible for them to do the i'tikaf. And also, as we said, it's important for us to know that we should do i'tikaf in a mosque. If we're doing it in 10 days, that's what I mean, or 1 week. If we are doing it in 10 full days or 1 full week, we should be doing it in the mosque that the Friday prayer is given. The Friday Jum'ah, the Friday prayer is given. So we do not need to go to another mosque. We should be staying in the same mosque and be there as well, and should not go outside. This is the end of the today's lecture. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.